Hey guys, listen, it's late for me.
Okay, well, that just made things really clear. And that's why it's so important that we watch each other's videos and we pick up on more information because we're all channeling this, but we all have our own channels. So, watch what she said. She's talking about the rise of the teachers. And every card pull that I have done this week, we have had the Hierophant. And this is an experienced teacher in spiritual things who teaches about the traditions and where things came from and how to do things properly and all this kind of stuff. And we keep talking about how, we're here as a collective, the those of us who have a little more experience, we're here to help you heal so that this Gia and I were talking earlier, and she brought up how we have to do, while we're doing the collective shadow work, the stuff on the, country scale, global scale, and all that, we have to do our own so that this stops, right? Okay, hang on, I gotta let the dog out. I'll be right back. That's why, I've been called more to say, hey, if you want to work with me one-on-one to do nervous system healing and, releasing old stuff and rewriting your story and all that, that's been a big focus that spirit has been like, okay, like it's time to get back to working individually. But on here, ask questions in the comments. What do you want to know? Let's start this communication where it's more like, like we post something and then feel free to share your experiences and ask questions, right? Okay, so let's go back to that card reading that I did this morning because things got a lot more clear. And that's what happens. Sometimes you get the card reading, you're like, oh, it means this. And then like a couple hours later, you're like, actually, carrying everything on our own, we're almost there. Right? This idea of carrying everything on our own. So that we do have a lot of innate wisdom. We do have our own intuition. We do have our own way of communicating with source or healing or all those things. But we don't have to carry it all on our own. Because sometimes when we do that, things are still a little cloudy and hard to see through. Right? So we need a teacher, a guide, someone to help us through our healing, through our development of our gifts or our skills or whatever it is, like to become to become aligned with what we came here to do during this time, right? And then when we're working together, we're so much more powerful when we're doing this work together, right? People who are teaching, people who are learning, and then we all become this community of people who can really be on this equal ground, helping the hold the vision and create this new world, right? Right? This is where we're going, right? So stop carrying all of it yourself. Cut through the clouds with a teacher, work together to get here. Right? Holy moly. Anyway, go watch her video. The creator I just discovered. Thank you, Gia. And ask questions. What you got? Let's start talking. Oh, and find your other, I'm sure this is great for Gia and other creators too. Start asking questions, right? And of course, you can always work with us one-on-one. We all have links in our bios. So it's time. It's time. While everything else is falling apart and rebuilding, we need to do our own inner work, right? When the tower is reversed, which I've been getting a lot, it's about the internal work, right? Whew, it's time. Let's go.